Cancer, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Cancers, please. All right, your energy, the Four of Cups, Moon in Cancer. Your person, the Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. They're viewing you as the King of Cups, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What you're not seeing is the Five of Cups, okay, sadness or disappointment. And we have Temperance energy in reverse, all right, Sagittarius energy. And we have the Star card. Okay, so Aquarius energy here. Some of you may have Aquarius in your chart, or you're just embodying this energy. Now with the Star card in reverse, you may be waiting for an apology here, or you may be waiting for some sort of communication. I feel like there's been some sort of tower moment within this connection, or maybe just in your life, but it feels like within this connection. And it could be a breakup, a separation, maybe it was just a fight or an argument. But it feels like, my Cancers, you're a little bit unsure about the future of this connection. And I don't necessarily get like a lot of grief coming from you, but more so I just get a little bit of, I don't know which way to go. I'm not sure what I want here. I feel a lot of you do want healing, or you want reconciliation, or you want, a love offer, an apology, but you're kind of not making yourself emotionally available to this person. It feels like you're giving them the cold shoulder, or you're just trying to focus on yourself. I am kind of getting like a bit of a deflated energy here with the Four of Cups, which tells me like the most stressful part has come to an end, and now you're just kind of feeling like, all right, like what next? Do I want to give to this? Do I want to, do I want to reject this? But there is a boredom and a discontent here. And again, and it doesn't have to be that there was a fight or an argument. It could just be that you're not so sure where this connection is going. I mean, there may have been flirtation here, Cancer, and you're waiting for this person to ask you out or make a move towards you. And it's like maybe some of you have been waiting for too long, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I just need to focus on someone or something else here. Yeah, we see the Ten of Pentacles. So I see, my Cancers, you do want something solid, stable, secure. And I feel that is something that you offer, right? This is like you offer this energy, this stability, this security, this dedication, this loyalty. You're viewing this person as the Wheel of Fortune. Pay attention to 1010s coming through. So you may see this person as a destined partner, more Sagittarius energy, but also the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you see that this person has a lot to offer. And you see them as a destined partner. So I'm not sure what's happened here, if there's just been a lack of communication or clarity, or there's been some sort of fight, argument, or separation. Yeah, you're viewing the relationship as the Four of Swords. So something here, Cancer, that you would like to heal. But also, some of you feel like it's not moving forward. And you might be getting kind of sick of that. Like it's time to move this forward to the next step. Like move it out of flirtation and into, let's go on a date. Or if you've been dating casually, let's move into exclusivity. If you've been dating exclusively, it's like maybe we need to move in together, or think about, getting married, whatever that next step might be. So Cancer, before we move forward, let's go to the Oracle deck and see what messages, advice, and guidance come through. Divine Feminine. Your feminine energy is out of balance and can leave you vulnerable. Learn to use your feminine power wisely, okay? So some of my Cancers, what I get from this message, and it may not be for all of you, but what I get from this message here is that you may have been overgiving here. And I don't know if this person got comfortable or you started to feel like they weren't meeting you halfway. So when your feminine is in balance, using your feminine power wisely is, an energy of don't chase, attract. And it's not about putting your life on hold and waiting for this person. If they're keeping you single or they're keeping you in a gray area, the divine feminine isn't going to hang out in that energy for too long. She's going to be decisive. Okay, so for those of you that may have been may have been doing all the work, the emotional labor, it's like, okay, see if this person can meet you where you are. If not, it's important to make a decision here. Also, for some of you, if you don't know where you stand with this person, it may be time for that divine feminine energy to come into balance and to set some boundaries, expectations, get the clarity that you need. All right, so it's going to be different for all of you. All right, trust your power. See, that's star card energy. Your impact in the world is greater than you think. And I like to think also your impact on this person in this connection is greater than you think. Whether you see it or not, your existence makes a positive difference. Okay? Even if you're feeling less than powerful right now. But I'm also saying this is a strong card of manifestation, of healing, of getting what you want, and guided lessons. Your higher self is guiding you to make mistakes so you can learn important lessons. Yeah, so there may be something here that you do need to take a look at. All right, again, were you doing too much here, Cancer? And did they get comfortable? Are they meeting you where you need them to meet you, or are they meeting you where you are? And for others of you, if this person is keeping you single or in a gray area, it may be time to set some boundaries and think about maybe a different direction if they can't give you the clarity you need. But we do see transformational relationship. Surround yourself with good people and you'll find that previously unimaginable horizons will open up to you, okay? So again, that can be just that message that, surround yourself with good people that like the same things as you, and you'll see that you attract a different type of person. But I do also see with this eclipse energy, and we have just been through, if I'm not mistaken, a full moon and Virgo eclipse, if I'm not mistaken. This eclipse energy may be actually transforming this connection here. All right, so your person is the Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. They're taking notes. They're checking you out. They're trying to, I do think this is somebody that does want to communicate, that wants clarity or to give you clarity. Sagittarius energy again, healing. They're holding back. They're looking at the big picture. But I definitely feel they feel your soulmates and that they want to heal things. They don't want to rush into anything. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It doesn't feel like they're taking a whole lot of action. It kind of feels like this person is still in their headspace, which makes a lot of sense because we're in Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So it's a time for introspection. It's a time for the past to kind of come to the surface, look at what we've learned, look at what we've been through. Maybe they're doing a bit of a forensic review here of this connection. But for some of you, this person is trying to either heal from accident, illness, injury, get their health back on track. And for others of you, it's their finances. Okay, so that may have been something that kind of took them away from the connection. Yeah, and the Page of Wands in reverse. This person wants to be sure. It's like they're in this information gathering stage. I feel with the Page of Wands in reverse, it could have been that they rushed in and out of this connection, or they've kind of disappeared for a little bit here, Cancer. But I feel like they're lacking confidence because of finances or physical, or something going on with them physically. Okay, or they don't feel like they're stable. With the King of Cups, they're seeing you as emotionally stable, loving, creative, calm. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, they see you as somebody that appreciates balance and harmony. But they may also know, Cancer, that you've been waiting and that you're not going to wait forever here. Yeah, they know that maybe waiting here has been something that's created some burdens or heaviness. They may also feel like you do need to get something off of your chest. And again, they might feel overburdened if they feel this connection hasn't been balanced, like they haven't been able to pull their weight. And we see the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands in reverse here, Cancer. So this person does want to heal things. They see a relationship with you, but they also know that you don't want any drama. That you prioritize peace, balance, harmony. And we see the Death card energy in reverse. I don't know if there's been an ending or you're dealing with a Scorpio here, but what I do see is this person also recognized that something within this connection definitely needs to transform. All right, what else do we need to know about this person? What do we need to know about this person? Yeah, addict energy helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Now, on my channel, addiction energy can obviously be drugs, alcohol, gambling, things like that. But to me, it's also, it's related to something we need to get out from under, which can be karmic behaviors, thought patterns, actions that we repeat in relationships and things like that. And so I feel like we see guided lessons, and with this addict energy, I do feel like your person doesn't want to be in an unhealthy connection or continue unhealthy patterns. But I'm also seeing here with this addict archetype coming through, that the purpose of this connection and this person is to help you recognize and confront addictive behaviors or behaviors you need to get out from under, learned behaviors. And when I say learned behaviors, I mean overgiving, for example, or, not speaking up. All right. And we have servant energy. So using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with your life. Some of you, there are financial issues here with this person, okay, that are holding them back. And if you're in a bit more of a stable place, Cancer, that may be something that was overwhelming or just mirrored back to them a little bit, like making them feel a little bit like they're not good enough, which again, you don't need to manage somebody else's insecurities, okay? Let's see how they're viewing you. Gossip energy. All right. Thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. I don't think this person distrusts you, Cancer. Not with the energy that I'm reading here. More so, I feel like this person has been spying. Maybe they've heard some gossip about you. There may be somebody gossiping about you, or they're just, they're kind of making some assumptions from what they're seeing online. Yeah, because this person also sees you, Cancer, as the God archetype, benevolent and compassionate. All right, and also a force to be reckoned with. Like, you're just so different than everybody else. I feel like they recognize that you're a really good person, and for some of you, that may feel a little bit intimidating to them. Like, you're an earth angel here, and they may feel like they don't deserve you in some way, or they can't live up to that energy. With the Five of Cups, though, behind the scenes, this person is hurting or they're disappointed. All right, yeah, and they're lacking confidence, the Strength card. They may have allowed their ego to get in the way here. That created some sort of fracture, some sort of fight, some sort of argument. Three of Pentacles. There could be third-party involvement here as well, but I'm not really getting like this person's a player, or they slept with somebody else. I mean, obviously, your story, you know what happened between the two of you, but I kind of feel too, there may have been other people around this person, maybe even jokingly saying like, Cancer's too good for you. You know what I mean? Cancer's out of your league, or they may have had friends or family that were just giving them bad advice. And it's kind of added to this sense of insecurity. Yeah, we get Three of Cups energy. I also think there's gossip. This person may have heard something about you, or somebody may have said something bad about you. And it feels like maybe consistently. I don't know if you don't have a good relationship with their friends or the people that are around them, or somebody here is actively gossiping about you, Cancer. All right, with Temperance energy in reverse, I mean, there's definitely something here that needs to be healed. Your advice is to not rush into anything. You need to see things, see the big picture. And remember, we still have about 10 days, 11 days left in Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So now is a time for reflection. It's not necessarily a time for action. All right. We see the Nine of Swords energy in reverse. Yeah. And reflecting on, can karmic cycles within this relationship or within your relationships in general, can they be brought to an end, or will things just go back to the way they were? Or will this just be another repeated pattern? Okay. And we see the Five of Cups. Okay, so there's healing. And we see the King of Swords energy in reverse. Okay. So healing without communication or self-healing here. I feel like right now, Cancer, Spirit's kind of showing us that, I don't know if it's finding closure, but I feel like right now there's a need for you to be like very self-focused right now. Your person's energy, we have the Knight of Cups. They may be coming in with a love offer, with a romantic offer to transform things, but it may take some time. I just kind of feel here like there's potential for healing, but don't rush into it. There's a lot that needs to be worked out. Right now might be more of a time for doing inner work and evaluation than anything else, is kind of what I'm getting. And like I said, it's most likely because of that Mercury retrograde transit, or this Mercury retrograde transit. I'm also getting the King of Swords in reverse. I'm not getting like, sometimes that can be a big red flag, like a narcissist card or somebody who's really self-absorbed or mean, but I'm not really getting that. I'm just kind of getting like, right now is a time to go within and not look for answers outside of yourself, is what I'm hearing. What do we need to know about this person? Give it time. So this person is giving it time. Again, they're doing their homework. They're gathering information. They're physically active. Some of you, they're like working out. They're, infusing healthier activities and routines into their daily life. We see married. I'm not seeing that this person is married or in another connection. I mean, like I said, you'll know your situation better than I do. But I feel like this is an indication of this person wanting stability and commitment, wanting partnership. But they're not quite ready, or they don't feel quite ready. And we see overspends. So again, some of you too, those are those financial burdens that we were picking up on there. Anything else we need to know about this person or this connection, please? Anything else we need to know about this person? Boiling point. Okay, so things will come to a head. You're both still in love. You both have strong feelings for one another. And we get caution, cheater. Now, like I said, some of you with this third party energy, that is the case. And if you've been feeling that way, or you found that out, I mean, trust it. Don't gaslight yourselves. But what I'm getting more than anything, I think this person has heard some gossip here, that you've moved on, or that you're dealing with somebody else, or you've had someone over, or they've seen pictures. It's kind of what I'm getting, more so than big red flag, this person is a cheater, because it's not really coming through, except for in the hidden position. We do see third party interference, okay? So just trust your intuition, Cancer. But for a lot of you, that's not the case. And if it is, then, why would you be giving somebody who can't be loyal? Why would you give them another chance? What they want to say to you is, I wonder how you feel. I don't know why this happened. Okay. And I want to tell you how I feel. Yeah. So they're coming up with, they've also been doing some major introspection here, Cancer. All right, let's take a look at the Grounded Truth Oracle. What do my Cancers need to know? What advice and guidance do we have for my Cancers, please? Advice and guidance for my Cancers. Let your ego down, but not your standards. Yeah, so it may be time to have that conversation, right? These are my expectations. All right. Don't fill the silence. Let others show you who they are. And that's kind of the King of Swords in reverse. Like, I don't feel like you need to reach out. You need to be the one that's moving towards this person, Cancer. I feel they do need to come towards you. I actually think they are going to do that with the Knight of Cups and match the effort. So that's a message that came through early on in this reading. You don't need to give more to receive more, Cancer. And when you start matching somebody else's effort, that they might start to see, oh, I need to do more. Or it may show you that, you know, there's a void here. Okay. So Cancers, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.